does it. It just seems so unlikely. He was the Harlan Hill Trophy winner, the Heisman winner for Division II, but I looked up all the Heisman winners for Division II for the last 15 years, and he's the only one to make the NFL on any roster. There's a bunch of guys' names I've never heard before that were also the best player in Division II. In 2023, when Tyson was signed as an undrafted free agent for the Bears, there were 14 quarterbacks drafted before Tyson. Some of them are not even in the NFL anymore, and they're all from Alabama, Ohio State, Florida, Tennessee, et cetera, the biggest college programs in the country. It's crazy. It's so unlikely. What a story.
Yeah, look, here's the part a lot of people are missing. There's an unprecedented opportunity for athletic development through your fitness training in your youth. And it's an opportunity that very few players in the NFL were ever afforded. Very few. Then if you find success in college, you're likely again going to see anywhere near optimal opportunity for development. And I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about just as an athlete in the broadest sense possible. Then when you get into the pros, it's likely to recede even further into the away from you.
And Tyson talks about that. He says his fitness.
And it's obvious. It's obvious. At the same talent, a kid that's CrossFitting at 10 years old and CrossFit. Oh, and the other thing is it's not understood when your first round draft pick is 5 to 10 years away from his athletic prime. And so what do you do with him? The answer is nothing. That's what happens. Nothing. Some get lucky. Some end up in the hands of people we know. But don't forget that Joe Westerlin and Michael Rutherford, Ruttman, and Stefan Roche and Josh Everett, those guys all came out of D1 strength and conditioning gyms where football players were being done what? Fed nonsense. Fed absolute nonsense. What the most significant aspect of Pop Warner, college, and the pros is the lack of attention on athletic potential. That's the most amazing part. So what happens when CrossFit trainers go down to the WME-IMG Academy? They set every record that's been established by who? The likes of who? Men and women. Remember that, Sadie?
Yeah. Yep.
At will. Like, what's this test? Oh, look. Oh, a new record. New WME-IMG Academy record previously held by 11-figure ball sport miracle man. And my point's even greater. If you go, well, he was 18 at the time. Yeah, he was about to skip college and go to the pros, fundamentally. No, it's we haven't advanced in football beyond where we were in MMA when I said that most of the guys the way they're training is far from optimized. Within 5 years, everyone that was saying I was wrong, they had rings and rowers and doing Fight Gone Bad, and I was an asshole still, but I was happy they were doing something that made sense.
I don't know if it's as vital in football it is in MMA, but all of the really, really good champions, all of the best ones today, at the end of the day, it all comes down to their metabolic training. I feel like at the end of the day, it's the guy who can fight the 5-round fight. I mean, obviously they have to have the MMA skills, but even this guy, Alex Pereira, the Brazilian, wonder guy, at the end of the day, what ends up caused him his demise is a Russian with better conditioning, better physical, just GPP.
What was the goal of Fight Gone Bad?
To replicate what it would feel like for BJ Penn to be in the ring for 5 rounds.
No, to exceed the metabolic demands and costs of almost any fight. Force distance in time. In the same time domain, you want to see more physics. You want to see larger loads moved longer and faster, then apply skill to that, and you got a winner. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Hey, Dale, I want to throw this out there, too. While people were telling everyone in Travis's circle was telling him to get a day job and to make sure that he was working to get insurance and money for his family. Travis was completely committed to raising his child. So he was working late nights at strip clubs to make money, and then all day he was raising his kid. And although some people might have seen him as a helicopter kid because he went to every high school and every college practice, he also gives his kid a lot of space. He's not the kind of guy to tell his kid what to do, but he stayed in his child's life. And I think that in a lot of that, and then obviously Travis owned a CrossFit gym and found CrossFit through meeting Greg. And so, there's obviously that component too.
I think, Stefan, that what Greg is saying, or what I'm interpreting what Greg is saying, and what gives Tyson the benefits that he has of coming up a less conventional path and through the gym and going through CrossFit training is, and not going to the Ohio State, Notre Dame, or Alabama for college, is also the reason why it makes him, or made this more of an underdog or less likely outcome of him getting to this second contract, where the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they don't want they're so trained. That's why Tyson wasn't drafted. They wanted to draft the kids from Alabama and Auburn and Clemson, Florida, and didn't want to chance it. They want the 5-star kid that was the best kid in Florida, and who went to University of Florida for college and was the 5-star recruit and won accolades in the highest level Division I college, and then they'll take versus taking a chance because just the money is so astronomical in the NFL.
It would be almost impossible to develop the talent and hide it from the NFL. And so it's not too hard to figure out what they're looking for. What's hard to reconcile is there's current interpretations of that, like what's happening in the strength and conditioning program at name your school. That's the part that's kind of hard to reconcile. Now, in Tyson's case, Travis's belief and encouragement extends far beyond all of that. He saw this outcome, and his total vision, and he had it when the kid was 3 years old. He was introducing him as an NFL great quarterback in the fucking larval stage. And it was like, everyone, okay. And no one should doubt for a second that Travis wasn't seeing it. And what he sees is we're not even halfway there yet. He thinks he's seeing the young man as one of the greatest quarterbacks of our era. Now, how old is he?
24, 25.
Yeah, we're still 5 to 7 years away from knowing what he's going to be. He's just a puppy still in terms of the development of a man, mentally and physically.
Dale, what do you think now about him? I know it was an unbelievable story, to believe when he was Division II, but after his last game against Kansas and what we've seen him do and step up and the stuff people are saying about how comfortable he feels on the field, are your thoughts about him changing?
I have been a Tyson fan since he was in college and he came on your podcast 5 years ago.
So you'd been rooting for him.
I think I'm rooting for him, yes. And I see, when he was 9, Travis didn't know that he was going to grow to be 6'4", right? He could have